Shalom Rastafari, Assalamu Alaikum, peace to the kings and the queens and the earth. How's everybody doing in the beginning of this week? Hope everybody had a great weekend, stayed safe, stayed motivated, got some things done, and I hope you are starting the week off as best as possible, motivated and ready to go. Today, I want to talk about a military mindset that we all need to have and that I have grown to have even myself. So today's talk is about military mindset. So basically, I start off humble but yet hungry. That's one of my best things to really, my little statement or my theme or whatever you want to call it, my onus, whatever, is humble and hungry. And I feel that when you really have that hunger inside of you to be hunger for what, right? To be motivated, to always want more, to help people out, to protect the ones around you, to stand up when it's time to stand up, to work hard when it's time to work hard as well, and to be resilient no matter what the cost. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have downfalls. You're going to be roller coaster rides. You're going to have doors shut in your face. You're going to see people change up. I know I recently have seen over the past 4 years, I believe, I have really seen and got a reality check, I'd say a little bit, because obviously this might sound like naive to people, right? But when you get caught up in a situation, let's say like when I came up here, it was kind of like how it was now, but it was kind of unified in a little bit. And then the pandemic happened, and then everybody, was able to talk to people every day, all day, it seemed like, right? I remember when Instagram Live was literally watching TV, you'd look on your lives, and if you followed enough people, there'd be about 7 or 8 people on live connected to about 4 or 5 other people. And you could just go from room to room and just see what they're talking about up until sometimes 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And these talks got people closer together that they probably shouldn't have. It also let the snakes out, you know what I mean? And it kind of camouflaged the snakes to a degree. They allowed them to get close to you, allowed them to know your location, now allowed them to see them, how they can benefit from you. And it really extended that and got that, to a whole degree. So then when it was all clear and then the smoke cleared, now we're back to normal life, you start seeing who was really down for you, right? And I can tell you flat out, I started off here in 2018, I might have known 100, 200 people in this little stupid cannabis industry that they have up here. And by the end of it, to this day, I probably know 2 or 3, maybe 4 real people or groups of people. And some, they just, I know they're there. Some people give me the hidden support where they support you and DM you, but they will never like your pic because they don't want people to see that they like you for whatever reason. So I don't even know if that's real or not. It's probably pretty much fake, but they're the first ones to watch your story. So it has been an experience. And it hasn't been life-changing. It's just been a reality check. I've pretty much known that, but at the same time, when I came from Buffalo, I started to understand the culture is different as far as when you're hungry. When you're hungry in Buffalo, it feels like you just get around a bunch of other hungry people and you guys line up together and try to really become something better, right? And where it feels like up here, you have to be around, everybody's hungry. No one's hungry. If they're hungry, they want to steal the meal. They don't want to work for the meal. That makes sense. So they'll steal a meal off your plate also and act like they were cool as hell. I've had people literally, scream about how I'm a real one. You're a king, this. Oh my God, I need you, this. And the moment they don't need you anymore, you don't hear a peep from them ever again. And they know that I know that you full of shit now. So it's almost like don't even show your face anymore. And that's what's happened to me plenty of times. It's happened to me even recently. I'm not going to put it out there, but it's like the moment you didn't need anything from me, I didn't see or hear from you ever again. So it was just like, but screaming about how real everything was and and warning me about everybody else. But as soon as you didn't need me, my phone went quiet. And so that again, it's why I'm moving how I'm moving. And it's no offense to anybody. I got a couple of real ones. So if I can call up right now, I'm going to see, a few days they come right over, we smoke. And if I need anything, they'd be there. I'm not saying I'm some lonely stranger because Obviously, if you're a good person, you're going to have friends. You're going to have real friends in your corner, but you don't need many. You don't need many. I seen a quote last night that the loneliest man has the most friends, right? The loneliest man has 30 friends, right? And I can be okay with being in a place by myself, and I can also be okay with not having too many friends. You're not gonna have one or two soldiers with me like I usually do. Not new acquired friends that I got from work, or not new people. I got day ones. I got a few day ones, and that's all I need. I got people I've known since 98, 99, 96. That's all I need. They've stuck with me and been with me in my corner. That's literally all I need. 2009, 2008, 2010, people like that in my life. That's all I need. I mean, not trying to say like I don't want anyone new to come in my life. If you're new, and I mean, I have one of my boys come in from the gym, and I met him in October, and I feel like we are great friends. We tell each other every day, give each other motivation, just exchange books every day. So I think we're great friends, and so I'm not saying that like you shouldn't acquire new friendship, but I'm saying watch who you're around, and you don't need too many friends. You know what I mean? You just need a force within yourself. God showed us that with one person, within one, he could change the world, and that's true. So it gives you that fucking standard. Stand on what you believe in also. Stand on what you believe. If you believe something, stand on it. I can't stand a coward who would say stuff about somebody, but do it behind like a fake account, or do it behind closed doors in a private account where no one can defend themselves. Or, you know what I mean, try to do it in public, and then the moment you got defended by you, where you ran away and wanted your safe space to be in an area. I can't stand you're a coward. You're a narcissist, and you should probably get some help. If you believe on something, stand on it. There's a lot of stuff that I stand on and believe in, and there's times where I should do it more myself. So I'm talking to myself also. There's times I want to stand on stuff and rant and go off, and there's times I digress because I just don't want to bring in, energy and da-da-da-da. But I'll say this, I'm in transition a lot. It's been quiet. That's why music has been kind of put on pause a little bit. But once I get, I'm about a couple weeks away from getting back into a comfortable place. And trust me, I'll start letting it go, because it felt like I was in a vulnerable situation for a while. And once I get a little bit settled, I'm going to start letting it go. And I'm not going to be calling people out, da-da-da-da, but I will be standing on stuff I believe in. And I am now fully prepared for people to talk about me, because I've been talking about for a very long time falsely. And for people who don't care about me and I don't care about them, that's why I never chose to really address that situation. It builds you up. It makes you stronger. You only have two choices, right? When you're going through shit, you can either cry and cower and run away, or you can be strong and stand. And that's what I've done. And people who've known me, listening to this, they know how strong. And there's some real people who really know what I went through on a day-to-day level, not just the basic shit where, it's just one person. They know exactly who's been talking about me and who's been doing this in A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They know. And they know how I stand and how I strong and what I do every day. And sometimes people can't even understand how I do it. But I stand on principles, and I am stronger than I ever think, and I'm trying to get stronger every day. So that's really it. Protection also. Protection, military mindset is about protection. Protecting your mind, body, and soul. So it starts off with health. All right, it starts off with really inside your health. Inside, who gives a fuck about what's outside if your insides are horrible? You ever seen a person who can put all their makeup on? You can do all the plastic surgery. You can get the fake this, fake that. Even on guys are doing a bunch of shit too. If you are not really inside controlling what's going on as far as your health, getting your body into a military mindset, getting your body like it's a machine, cleaning out every kind of organ you possibly can, continuing to eat healthy as much as you possibly can, and continue to exercise when you can, continue to intake mentally things that are, not for your character or not really you, not getting caught up in those things, right? I'm talking to myself again. I always talk to myself on these podcasts. I sometimes have to get the fuck off of TikTok because I'm not looking at shit. I'm just literally just scrolling up on my algorithm and seeing, and sometimes it works. Sometimes I'm seeing some great stuff, some herb education. You got to make sure the source is right. And sometimes I'm saying just straight fuckery. And I got to eliminate that, right? And I put the phone fucking down. I don't touch my phone. Really, I have communication. I say good morning on IG, but I try to not touch my phone until about 10:30 if I can. If I have messages, obviously emails, I'll respond, but I try not to just be the first. And I've done that plenty of times where I've sat there, next thing you know, I'm in my bed and I've been scrolling on TikTok for 20 minutes, and I could have just easily gotten up, did some breakfast, did something way more productive, right? So protecting the arm and body and soul is really about what you intake in your mouth, obviously, what you eat, and what you see intake in your eyes, right? Your what you were reading, what you were doing. I am fully feeding myself every day, full of about five or six books. That's what I'm on right now, right? And who knows, in about 6 months I could be on a health kick, and I'm just learning all about the health, or I could be on a finance kick. I feel like I need to learn a lot more stuff. I feel like my book reading was always book reading just was talked about the setting, right? Book reading is, you really getting to a nice setting where you can be focused in doing it. And if you're not around people who allow you to be that that person that you want to be, or you're not allowed, you're not around people who really see your progression, it might be hard to get that time. So find that place, find that time, and if you're around people who don't understand you, get the hell away from them, right? Force yourself to be in a military mindset when you're protecting your mind, body, and your soul. Your soul has anything to do with the God that you worship. I worship the Most High, Allah, Jah, Jehovah, however you want to call it, the Most High, the one Creator. I'm not trying to talk down on people's other religion and things like that in this talk, but what I'm saying is mind, body, soul all includes that. It puts you in a balance. It puts you in a military mindset. It is the reason why I haven't missed a gym day in probably a year and a half. I took a week off in December because I was sick. Besides then, I don't miss. And there's times I do not feel like doing legs on Friday, but I get my ass up on that damn bus and get over to the gym and get it done. And I feel much better doing it, and my body feels better doing it, and it's rewarded. So continue that military mindset in your arm and your body and your soul. Again, away from toxic people, away from toxic anything. Toxic is all around. And it's the worst when you don't know someone's toxic and then they're toxic, or you don't know something is toxic and you find out it's toxic. It's almost like if you're sitting there eating a food and it tastes good, right? And you eat a lot of it, it's great. And the next thing you know, you find out it's got some nasty chemicals in it that's been really making you sick. Like you didn't know it was making you sick, because every once in a while you have this thing and you just gotta like, oh, I don't know. And the next thing you know, it's making you really, really sick, right? It's making you keel over or something. It's making you, whatever. And then you found out that inside this food you've been eating was some nasty shit. That's what happens when someone gets too close to you, and all of a sudden you understand what I'm trying to say. You find out that they're toxic. That's we've all done that, right? We've all let our guard down, and next thing you know, that person's toxic. Or we've all let people, I'm not like everybody else. You're the real one, and then they find out they're toxic as hell. Again, it's the reason why I'm moving how I'm moving, which is taking care of the real ones, and there's not too many, right? And that's fine, because now I don't feel like I gotta take too many people. It's kind of funny. I don't know if people are listening, but it's kind of funny, the same people that get talked about. It seems like some of the people that get talked about the most are the real ones, because it seems like the people that are talking about them really are the fake ones, and the ones who aren't or getting talked about are the real ones. So sometimes you just got to really see for yourself and keep toxic people away. People away who just talk shit about everybody. You talk shit about everybody, you go talk shit about me. So leave it at that, right? And how do we need to improve the military mindset? Get on a routine, I believe. And I'm not talking about a routine that you do every day, but something simple. What do you do when you wake up in the morning? What's the first thing you do? Try to lock it in on maybe a breathing exercise, whether you thanking God. I, every day, read our daily bread. I've been doing that for years now, and that's my first thing I try to ingest is, before saying good morning, whatever, I try to read a little miniature Bible study. That is also in honor of my mother, who instilled that military mindset and that religious being in me. And I feel like the daily bread is a great basic, somewhat of a light Christian, everyday 2-minute read that will really kind of get you into a point and then ask you a question afterward. I've been doing that probably since 2005, 2006. My mom, we used to order the daily bread, right, and read it. So now that it's online and everything, obviously it's a lot easier to get to. So again, what do you do when you get up in the morning? What do you do during the day? Do you take time during the day to try to put time away? Like I have right now, not a lot of time, but I know that even when I didn't have time, I'd say I'm trimming for a lot of hours during the day, and I get up, I went to the gym in the morning, I still will find time to make sure I read those 5 books, do a podcast, or however it goes, right? It's really putting yourself in a situation where militant mindset, that military consistency really is the word, that you give yourself, not just somebody else, not just going to work and being consistent on giving somebody else your time and they give you pennies and to go back, whatever. Being consistent about how you treat yourself, how you treat others, as far as, because when you treat yourself right, you treat others right. And I've also known that myself. I wasn't treating myself right. So in turn, when people get close to me, all of a sudden I'm hurting them and I'm not even knowing it, right? Hurt people do hurt people. So when you all of a sudden know that, man, I gotta heal, you become a different person, and then you know that healing is important. So you become a militant mindset in that healing, right? It's almost like, say, if you really wanted to go, like if you got hurt at the end of a season for football and you knew that you needed 3 to 4 months of military mindset therapy to get back so you can be right back for the team when training camp starts, you're not going to miss a day. You're not going to be like, oh, wait, no, it's very important. And it's a no question because you're getting paid. But we do so much stuff, right, not understanding that the biggest payment is being as healthy as fucking possible. Mind, body, and soul, because you can easily stay calm under pressure. You can come up, through obstacles way better. It's almost like going through the life obstacle and then being in shape instead of being out of shape. Who the hell is going to have a better time getting through these obstacles? A person who's built for it or a person who's not? And we all need to be built for, at this point, it's chemical and mindset warfare. I don't think you gotta really understand what's really going on in society. We need to really become self-sufficient on all levels, down to even the water we're drinking. It has to be it has to be real out here with some of the things, and us getting older and making sure that the educate, there's a lot of great education on natural healing and stuff. We need to be on that. We need to really, really get to a better point in our lives, and we need to really continue to strive and help other people. And if you feel like you want to do something, do that. There's nothing, especially in this stage and age, nothing is stopping you. You want to start a fucking program, you want to start a business, you want to help a business out, you want to start a podcast, you want to start a talk, you want to help you want to find out how to join an organization. Everything is at the fingertips. And so you can really do that stuff and really wake up and take charge of your life. And I'm not saying it's easy. It's not, ain't shit easy out here when you think about it. I don't know my mom was like, oh, you're looking for the easy way out. No, she didn't understand. I was just trying to find out a different way that's a little better than what you're showing me. It feels like it's kind of like hard. You can't not skip steps, but work smarter, right? And there are times where you can do that. And then there's times you won't have to trudge through this stuff. And we need to understand how literally important it is for ourselves, because then we end up treating people better. I wake up lately every day on a military mindset. And if I wasn't on my militant mindset, let's say 2 years ago, I don't know who I would be right now. That's the realest. That's about the realest statement you're going to have me say in a long time. As far as myself, if I didn't get on my military mindset years ago and continue with it and then be tested through it, y'all don't know some of the shit I went through last year or this year or year before even, you know what I mean? It has been, I can just rewind to a point where I was at last year around this time. It was crazy. And the year before that, it was I didn't know it was going to get crazy, but it got crazy. It was feeling pretty good. And next thing you know, just the whole thing started going south, and it stayed south for a long time. I had to get myself out the mud. I had to go out to fucking Coburg, Ontario and work and grind and be in a setting that was not the best and be around people who ultimately fucked me over. And the other people who just, they're there. And then that's after a while, that was the last time I ever saw them or talked to them. I knew how it was going to be that way. So when you're slithering around snakes and you don't get bit, you got to get the hell out of here before you become a snake. Because that's the only thing, that is the only way you will survive around them. And when you're different and you're different, most people who are military mindset different, they're alone. Either with family, few friends, but I've noticed they are most of the time they're alone. They live alone, right? They stay on their shit. They work. They have a few best friends they can call, and that's it. That's because people are fucked, right? A lot of people are fucked. So I just want to kind of get some motivation on there Monday. I know I kind of ran along a little bit today. Ran almost 20 minutes. It's crazy. But I love you guys, and I hope you stay on that military mindset all day. Have a great week.